All right, let's get down to what I need to get down to here. What I'm seeing in front of me right now is that an Australia climate report reveals rising oceans threat. All right, subheaded: Millions of Australians are facing dire consequences caused by climate change, a landmark report has revealed. All right, they further tell us here in DW.com that rising oceans and flooding caused by climate change will threaten the homes and livelihoods of over 1 million Australians by 2050. That is a quarter century away. A quarter century ago, I was 17. These years move fast. And also, climate change, it insists upon itself. So it'll be sooner than that. Continuing from the National Climate Risk Assessment, they also warned that fatalities from heat-related illness will soar, and Australia will endure more frequent and extreme climate events, often happening simultaneously, which will put pressure on industry, services, and infrastructure, the report found. And moving ourselves on over to the publication, the Maine Morning Star. We've looked at them again, before, quite recently. Article up by Isha Pindarker. And they tell us at the front end, Maine advocates warn federal court nominee threatens reproductive and LGBTQ plus rights. Advocates urged Senator Collins to reject Joshua Dunlap's nomination. Joshua Dunlap, citing his support for fetal personhood, his opposition to marriage equality and equity, and ties to anti-LGBTQ plus groups. A little bit from this here. A progressive coalition of 20 Maine organizations from the state of Maine opposed the nomination of a federal judge from Maine to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the First Circuit, citing his opposition to reproductive rights and what we saw in the headline. On Thursday, the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee voted along party lines to advance the nomination of the Portland-based lawyer Joshua Dunlap to the Boston-based U.S. Court of Appeals for the First Circuit, which covers Maine. Republican Senator Susan Collins supported the nomination, saying Dunlap's professionalism and experience make him an excellent choice for the First Circuit. The court is the only one of the 13 federal appeals courts with no current judges appointed by Republican presidents. So, good on the effort. I do not think the Neo-Confederate Party is going to respond. Late-night comedian Greg Gutfeld, I think that's his job, right? He's a comedian. He's doing jokes. Funny guy. Greg Gutfeld had something to say about Melissa Hortman and the, I would use the term assassination.
You want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name before it happened? None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Miss.
Did he say Melissa Horseman? Did he say Horseman? Run that back.
What
about Melissa Hortman that we just talked
You want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name before?
Yes, he did. He did say I don't know how on purpose that was, but he did say Horseman.
What about Melissa Hortman that we just talked about?
You want to talk about Melissa Hortman? Did you know her name before it happened? None of us did. None of us were spending every single day talking about Mrs. Hortman. I never heard of her until after she died.
Doesn't matter?
Don't play that bullshit with me. You know what I'm saying is.
What you're saying is what you're saying. It's always interesting that someone says something and then someone asked them a question about what they said, and they said, that's not what I'm saying. You said it quite recently, mere seconds ago.
It was No demonization amplification about that woman before.
All right, no demonization amplification. That's the part I'd like to address. That's what the entire station of Fox News does. If I'm correct, for 29 years at the time of recording. All right, for 29 years, Fox News does macro demonization. That's a part of the stochastic terroristic effort. Macro demonization, so that you can step outside and really, if you're a right winger, there are so many different people worth knocking off the chessboard today, right? You don't have to go too far from your house, right? Even if you live in the suburbs, you're gonna see someone who's not classified as white. You can say, whoa. According to what I hear in this macro demonization, I can defend myself preemptively. By virtue of them existing, I can exercise stand my ground. Macro demonization. Let them continue.
She died. It was a specific crime against her by somebody who knew her. The same. Now you can bring up Josh Shapiro, but then you will not.
Wait, that's just a lie. Someone who knew her? What, birthday parties? Barbecues? Played miniature golf? Somebody who knew her. And that's who, and see how quickly he said the lie and flew past it on to the next thing. That's the Gish Gallop. Like, in this propaganda field, that's a professional.
Demonization amplification about that woman before she died. It was a specific crime against her by somebody who knew her. The same. Now you can bring up Josh Shapiro, but then you will not bring up, for example, that was a pro-Palestine person. So don't use your
a pro-Palestine person, which it's like, now what did he do right there? Macro demonization right there. So like, anyone who's against the genocide is a pro-Palestine person and will probably burn down your house if you're pro-Israel. And what's their target audience? A bunch of Christians who, for a very anti-Semitic thing that they think is a reason, are pro-Israel. So if you're pro-Palestine, hey, might as well get treated like Melissa Horseman, as Gutfeld says.
What about this? The fact of the matter is, the both sides argument not only doesn't fly, we don't care. We don't care about your both sides argument. That shit is dead. For one thing, there is no
He's a comedian.
Our side. On your side, your beliefs do not match reality, so you're coming up with these rationalizations like, what about this? Or what about that?
That's where it is. And also, remember that every accusation is a confession. Whataboutism? Who really owns that? It's a dark segment, but also, you know what? I haven't tuned into Fox News to really watch a whole episode of one of their programs since 2016. So maybe I haven't waddled in that cave for a while. So it does strike me as a rather dark segment. WRAL News. We've been here before. So the Harnett County Sheriff's Department, they are protecting the name of a county deputy. You wanna know why? Well, he was removed from his duties as a school resource officer after a report that he looked at pornography online while working at the school. Hey, get out of here. What are we doing? A Harnett County deputy was removed from his duties as a school resource officer after a report that he looked at pornography online while working at the school. He won't face criminal charges. charges. But he won't be allowed to work at any school. The sheriff's office did not identify the deputy or the school where he worked or say when the actions occurred. The deputy involved did not violate any criminal law and thus was not arrested. The Harnett County Sheriff's Office said in a statement, quote, "The appropriate discipline action has been taken. He was assigned other duties within the sheriff's office." That's it. That's the whole story that the public gets. Do you feel like you're still protecting the children? You know, I think back to a time, it had to be around 2013, 14, and an Asian woman on the Twitter.com. She made a post with the hashtag creepy white guys and discussed the topic in a thread. And remember, Asian woman started the thread. And how did people whom classify themselves as white respond? With hashtag creepy black guys. I will never forget that, because it's always a reminder of like where their focus is quite handily, and we'll get even more into that later today. And also just thinking about like that's what I think about when I look at that video on the twitter.com again. That's where I saw it, when Charlie Kirk got shot, not assassinated, shot, just a little in-house infighting. His last words were a racist talking point to a question where one would have expected the immediate response to be a transphobic talking point, but he defaulted to anti-blackness first. That was his default. All right, now let's take a look on over here at fox4news.com. And I took a look at the video myself on twitter.com. Again, just so many things on twitter.com where you can, where you can see it without commentary and also see it. There will be a lot of videos about something, but you don't see the darn thing. So in this article up by Amber Kite, they tell us that a tech student expelled after video showing a Charlie Kirk rant on campus. They went with the word rant. And really, she just seemed to be relatively boisterous and, and using her freedom of speech, First Amendment, I think, and having a little fun knowing that somebody that advocated for her to be murdered can't do that anymore. From the bullet list, 18-year-old tech student no longer enrolled at the university after video circulated that appeared to show her arguing with another person about Charlie Kirk. The student, Cameron Giselle Booker, was arrested and charged with assault in connection with the incident. She did not strike the individual. She did not throw anything at the individual. She did not expectorate at or on the individual, but charged with assault. Cameron Booker is someone whom would be classified as black, and now she is in the criminal system. She has a criminal record at the age of 18 and has been removed from higher education by a man who classifies himself as white for assault, which she did not commit. She was speaking under the so-called First Amendment. That's how much this Constitution really holds any value. All right? She's essentially a political prisoner, and given that she's now in the system and she is now cut off from a greater financial future, what does the 13th Amendment allow for? But also, where's the Neo-Confederate Project 2025 going to accelerate to? Headed back to the plantations. There's a logical conclusion. They keep saying 1776. They don't say 1971. They don't say 1992. You know, some of them might vaguely say 1950 something. Then when they get back to 1950 something, guys like Martin Luther King are walking around with PhDs. Maybe we can get back to like 1920 something. Ooh, some of them folks are starting businesses making money. Can we get back to like 1880 something? Like they're kind of just walking around doing what they want. They're learning how to play instruments. What if we get back to like 1862 or so? How about 1776? Inch to a mile. All right? If you give them a shore, they'll take a continent. They go the manifest destiny route on everything. They don't believe in limits. This went down in Lubbock, Texas. And she is seen in the video. And I'll set it up. Let me pause and set up. I really want you to hear this this smug white man acting in bad faith.
Evil is real, people, and it kind of looks like that. Evil. Evil. Murder.
As we said, evil is real, people, and it kind of looks like that. Right? He said that. He didn't say her. He said that. That is very much so a choice.
Evil. Murder is bad. She is evil. Have not said evil. Why are you being so...
Yeah. Yeah, that's and he did that on purpose. Like, that's the thing. Like, he is a white supremacist, and this is an 18-year-old. You know, and we're really far from Jim Crow, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's like folks forgot. This story is not gonna go good places. It's very early right now. I don't know how far this story is going to go. This was uploaded 1 day ago. And let's get to the news. Back to the news article. When was this published? September 15th, 2:13 p.m. So yeah, right now I'm about 13 hours later from this. I'll be looking for updates as I move through the day. Yeah, because this is tough. And it looks like Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the Texas Tech Board of Regents chairman both commented on the video, with the university stating the student's behavior was reprehensible. Governor Greg Abbott is on this 18-year-old girl's case. Yeah, I'm leaning on the word girl here. Classified as black. So, you know, I think about way back in the 90s, a guy by the name of Sean Thomas. He was a songwriter, and he mentioned the mayor out there, and he was talking about how somebody used a murder to get his name. He said used her death and her family's name so he can gain more votes and political fame. Yeah, Polly Klaas back in the 90s. And then just use that to lock people up. Remember, Greg Abbott already put barbed wire in the water. So, what's he gonna do to this 18-year-old N-word girl? This is looking ugly. It's going where one should expect things should go with the Neo-Confederate Party. All right, and we're not hopping directly into the Phoenix Calita's first recording for Phoenix Calita's solo program. And I want to see if Phoenix Calita wants to comment on any of these headlines. Already tapped a few while you were getting up, as we run some interesting hours in this building. But Australia climate report, I'll tell you what, that there's always MFing pop-ups.
Yes.
Australia climate report reveals rising oceans threat. Does that concern you?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it seems like that should be a big deal.
Huh. And I'm guessing this is because there's millions at risk.
Yeah.
And that by 2090, around 3 million people will be at risk. That's like a long way away. No one who's rich now is going to be alive. Why should they care? Right? You ever think about that with climate change? Like, again, they're ignorant to an extent.
But they have kids and grandkids. Like,
are those kids and grandkids me?
no.
Oh. And will those kids and grandkids, with what little bit of planet we have left, have their feet on the neck of the marginalized? Yes, because we'll still have propagandized goon boys. Like, remember, they may be having a little, like, they're having their Biggie and Tupac moment, okay? Like, I recently heard a Nick Fuentes rant on a YouTube station of, like, 12 hours ago. They're having their Biggie and Tupac. It's Death Row and Bad Boy for a second, but they will still march on, right? Like, at the end of the day, Groypers and Turners, right? Turner for Turning Point and their diaries. Groypers and Turners want the same outcome.
Yes.
So, little in-house beef, not going to stop the Neo-Confederate Project.
No.
But yeah, Phoenix Calida thinks that this matters a great deal.
I do.
Phoenix Calida's like, oh no, there's sea level rise. I'm going to complain about it.
Really?
So predictable. And then Phoenix Calida's like, oh my goodness, look up there in Maine. And this is what's tripping me out. Like, when you like, you're still making an effort even though you know. Right? Because the Maine Senator Susan Collins is going to vote for this racist, transphobic, homophobic federal judge, right? Standard issue Federalist. And yeah, there are groups out there and they're making the effort. Like, you know, writing Susan Collins letters and making public statements, but Susan Collins is gonna vote to put that judge in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, there's just no way around that one. And, oop. Nope, that was me just, that other tab I just opened, that was me searching for stories of fascists shooting up homeless people because a homeless encampment in Minneapolis, don't check me on that one, I think got shot up, but we don't know by who. And also there was another mass shooting earlier that day.
Good.
Yeah, that's how many mass shootings there are.
I don't even know how anybody keeps track.
And at this point, are they mass shootings or is it just American activity?
American activity.
Like, it seems like that's just an American thing to do. Every once in a while, someone's got to do it, right? Like, I'm running out of nosiness for nearby car crashes. I was on the porch for like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's about it. Yeah. We got nothing. Like, it's just American activity to do some damage. Take out some folks. Charlie Kirk has an argument in favor of it. Why?
Oh, I'm just, so I don't know. Have you seen that they're going around looking for businesses now that don't have their flags at half-mast? They're literally
Jesus,
yeah, they're literally making
Christ.
a list of businesses that don't have their flag at half-mast because Trump said to do it.
I've been using the language neo-Confederate, but I still don't shy away from fascist. It's just that when I said fascist, well, you know what y'all said. The road to it is paved with whom doing what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're, yeah, just as you said that, they're doing that. And
fuck?
a bunch of people have gotten fired. And a bunch of people who are here on like temporary visas, they're here for school and shit, are getting deported because they made fun of Trump. And a black woman student in Texas got arrested.
Yep, in Lubbock. Yeah, she's a political prisoner right now, 18 years old.
She's out on bond.
Oh, she's out.
On bond.
Woo.
But yeah, there's been like dozens of people that have gotten fired and people getting deported, and now they're going around to businesses like putting you on social media if you don't have your flag at half-mast. Like just regular ass businesses. Like one of them was like a local bank. One of them was like an Ace Hardware. Like Not even, yeah.
They're calling hits.
Yeah, so.
They're calling hits, yo. People are going to get knocked off the fucking chessboard.
Yep. I'm waiting by this weekend for a bunch of these businesses to be, damaged, like set on fire, or broken windows, or, graffitied, shit like that.
Or the other side, put the flag at half-mast.
A bunch of them did.
Well.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to wait for that.
Yeah, they said that we're not trying to be political. And see, like, for me, I would just take my flag down altogether. Like, no.
Yep.
Just take it down.
Yeah, and folks know me. I don't do flags. When I was a little boy, some very old New York man said he leaves symbolism to the symbol-minded. Now, the way Phoenix Calida scoffed at...
Yes. Pretty sure that didn't happen.
Scoffed about these. It was on the other story. The Republican judge.
Oh.
Right? And say it. Republican judge.
Yeah.
They're not impartial. Right? Even a judge that I agree with is not impartial. People show up with a MFing ideology. That was why the word systemic racism, that's why white people don't like it so much, because they know exactly why it makes sense. Right? It's illegal to do, but who's checking to see if a manager is looking at applications and saying that name looks black, throw it in the garbage. That name looks black, throw it in the garbage. Oh, this name looks Polish. Let's look at this application, right? Who's checking to see if anyone's doing that? Nobody.
Yeah.
There's millions of black applications in the garb, right? And probably white applications because the name looked black. They don't know.
Yeah, especially these new ones. Like, that want to give their kids, like, these, like, weirdly spelled names.
Yeah, because then that shit just, that looks like Arabically Hispanic to these white people.
Right?
Jazik. What, Jazik Allah? Jazik Shabbat? Jazik Shakur? The fuck is that? Yeah. But yeah, the scoff you delivered.
Mm-hmm.
It was as if you think you know how to keep children safe.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. So you think that you keep children safe better than the Harnett County deputy sheriffs?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I do.
No, so you're saying that you can do something better than watching pornography on school grounds because you're the resource officer. That's what you think. The arrogance on this one.
It's just the way that, like, because of my job, I'm always stuck reading about, like, porn bans and how harmful porn is to minors. And then every time I come over here and do the news, it's an adult watching porn in an inappropriate place where there are children. Like, what is happening?
That's right.
You're the ones harmful to minors. What the fuck?
And I'm betting that you think
Yes.
that you're more responsible about this situation than the leadership of the sheriff's department.
Yes.
Oh, so you would do something other than withhold his name and assign him to other duties.
Correct.
Oh. Woke. Fucking woke. You don't love the police. You don't. You're anti-sheriff's department. What in the posse comitatus is wrong with you?
Really?
You gotta love the sheriff's department. See, folks, marry a nerd. You have to talk to them for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Do you want to have to explain everything like Phoenix Calida does? Because I never know shit. Phoenix Calida's like, oh yes, literary reference from 1974. And me, yeah, Rugrats episode 1994. What do you think of that?
Hey, the Rugrats was a criminally underrated show.
Yeah, Chucky, that was my guy. Chucky made sense. All right.
Wouldn't be allowed on today because it would be woke.
Chucky, that's the kind of, what is it, neurosis?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Neurotic Jew.
Yeah, I like that. That's me. That's me. I always relate to the community. That's what we call it. All right, but oh shoot, yeah, we already hit the Texas Lubbock student.
Yes.
And And they're really gonna like that's a real sad thing about being classified as black, right? Is as soon as I saw the video of her, did you see it?
No.
The video, the fact that she is a boisterous 18-year-old is just weaponized against her.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to knock the smile off your face for the rest of your life and then tell you to smile.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I bet, as far, like, I don't really like all that spiritual talk, but I guess colloquially I'd say, like, they knock the light out of her. They're doing it right now on purpose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, they're gonna shut her down and make her a cold drone. You shut up and work.
This happened in the free speech zone, I heard, of the university.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it happened in the free speech, allegedly happened in the free speech zone of the university.
All right, Phoenix, you're gonna hear this now.
Okay.
The whole thing, right? What earlier, because I was waiting for Phoenix Kalita. Earlier, I only went with the part where the white dude was just being smug and strategically smug in his response to her. But now let's hear the whole thing. And again, like, the life in her is being weaponized against her.
So hateful. Why are you so hateful? Yeah.
Hey, can somebody tell her to back
Can
up,
you
please?
not
She's
listen?
being-
I didn't know that it stayed where I left off.
Oh.
I had to start over. Okay.
Homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. He got shot in the head. Fuck your homie dead.
For saying this.
Homie dead.
Evil is real, people, and it kind of looks like that. Evil. Evil. Murder is bad. She is evil. Have not said. Why are you being so
Why are you
hateful?
so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Why are you so hateful? Yeah.
Hey, can somebody tell her to back up?
Can you
please?
not put
She's
the
being-
camera in my face?
I'm sitting here. You walked up to me.
Okay, well, I can
I don't
do
want
this
this. I said rest in peace.
Okay, and I can
Just
do
leave
this
it alone. Please don't come after me.
Yeah, you see what he's doing.
I see what he's doing.
Yep.
Like, yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. We need to go back to the civil rights training where they trained people to, like, sit in bars and you had to, like, practice, like, having, like, beer thrown on you and shit. Like, we need to bring that shit back because young folks don't, I think, understand the game of what these white supremacists are doing.
No. Like, you don't know white people to think you the way you think you do. Like, these are some unhanded, low-down, slimy motherfuckers.
Yeah, first of all, I wouldn't interact with them. Secondly, if you are, you can't be loud. You have to be fucking deadpan. Not necessarily deferent, but emotionless.
Yep.
Like a fucking zombie. Like, no fucking emotion on you.
And especially in the we're in the world, we're like, fucking everything is propaganda. I say out loud that what I do is propaganda. And like, you're always on video. And so, like, think about how much more effective of a video you have if you show up and you got nothing but boring, straight facts. You know, and that also, that shuts white people will not, but they'll stop bothering you. As far as like microcosms, I've said this before. Hell, we'll be one of those podcasts that repeats things. I don't give a shit. But like, my conservative white coworkers don't bother me about anything political or racial at all. And here's one of the reasons. It's been 2 years now. They've never heard me say the words black or white, ever. And I noticed that they don't say those words to me. They'll be like, they start doing what I do. Oh, the guy in the green shirt. Oh yeah, no, the woman with the scarf on. It's like, oh, that's right. There's other things, like, people have on clothes. Like, and I think that there's more life in that. Right? Like, what, judge a book by its cover, but the book chose its cover. What did they put on today? How are they expressing themselves? Do you not notice that? Or do you just look at skin? Skin. That's what matters. That's where all the geneticals is.
That's where the geneticals are.
So yeah, you saw, what did you think of that video?
I'm not going to look for it, but apparently there's a rule that if you say it out loud, it already exists on the internet. They have memed her as a dancing monkey.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah, what is it? There's this whole website called Chimp Out.
Yeah.
And if you look on YouTube, there's a YouTube station called Adam22, and he has like basically, well, no, he hasn't convinced him to. He pays paychecks, but your job there is to be black and chimp out.
Yeah.
Like, that's essentially, like, if you look at the Adam 22 YouTube station, that's what that is. I will watch other people talk about it, and I would have watched it when they had interviews, but they don't do interviews. They just do chimp out.
Yeah, I think that black folks need, especially young black folks need to have a crash course on how to behave in public around these people, especially in an era of constant social media recording.
Right, and it's like, now we've gone so far in such a bad way that it's like, I'm not even interested in engaging the person that's going to pop up and say that's respectability politics. We don't have time for that conversation anymore. The kidnappings are happening.
Right. Also, it's not respectability politics. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, it's pragmatic conduct.
Right. Like, because this isn't about wearing a suit and speaking so well. It's about not doing anything that's going to get you caught up. I mean, if you feel like it's respectability politics and you don't want to do it, then you do that. I'm not fucking donating to your GoFundMe when you need to make bail, because that's the next step.
Yeah, because that wasn't activism, and it also wasn't her fault because she wasn't trying to be an activism. I don't even think she was trying to do anything. She was just existing in a boisterous state.
Yeah.
And I stick with that word, right? And why do I stick with that word? Let me tell you how a smart propagandist functions from the left. Use words that right-wingers don't know, which isn't very hard. They're very stupid. They don't read. They have an incredibly limited vocabulary. When you use words they don't know, they stammer and scamper away because they don't have pre-programmed talking points. They really are. That's why they hate the meme about the chip being inserted in the back of the head. Like, somewhere in their consciousness, they know that about themselves.
Yeah.
They know they're programmed.
Yeah, they don't have original thoughts. They just repeat, and rinse, repeat, and it's...
Yeah, so I just say something, like, remember, just by virtue of you not being a right-winger, you already have a superior operating system as far as your brain computer goes.
Certainly much higher capacity for critical thinking.
See, why am I saying in Spanish? higher capacity. That was an interesting moment. All right. Yeah, my dementia is going to be wild.
Ugh.
And then I won't be dwelling on the one about cuz I haven't found an article on it yet, but someone made a claim, and they made a claim that Kash Patel is going to make up a manifesto. I can't put it past him, but I can't find an article on it.
Yeah, well, you know why, though, right?
Oh, yeah, you got to get that lie out there.
Well, no, because of what he already said. He already said that a manifesto existed, but then it got destroyed, but they have enough forensic evidence to prove that it was real, which is a weird-ass fucking thing to say.
I'm a man, okay? Let me tell you something. Some Epstein files existed.
Yeah.
And then they got destroyed.
Yeah.
But we have some forensically legislative ways called voting that you can bring them back into existence again and fucking show everybody, and not some... I think somebody said they got a redacted page where it's like, you may well have just fucking spilled Sharpie on the paper. Like, the shit was ridiculous. Like, quite literally, words like the and were redacted.
Yeah, if anyone on Blue Sky is interested, it was Adam S. Cochran's thread. He mentioned it. Just basically all the missteps that Patel is making in this case, because he won't, like, shut the fuck up. He keeps going on news shows saying stuff.
It's funny that you said missteps. I was sniffing around just trying to read about this guy, and there's an article from 2022 that says his career is a path of missteps.
Yeah, I could see it.
Right, so yeah, 3 years ago, this guy's full of missteps. And old political memory, oh man, who was that fucking guy? Larry Summers? Yeah, Larry Summers. I remember my old Congress representative who actually did legitimately represent me. I voted for that person, and they actually represented me in Congress. Right? Alan Grayson was the one that went viral for the clip of saying, Republican healthcare plan? Just die. Yeah, that was my
And then
congressperson.
Joni Ernst said, we all die, and everyone got shocked.
Holy fuck. We need to juxtapose those. Yeah. And just be like, hey, look, the left was always right about these people. Two. Grayson represented me, and where was I going and flowing with that one? I lost it. But hell, what I think we're probably about ready to get toward your story.
Okay, just this is sorry because I'm stuck on the Patel thing. He said
Larry Summers, because he said he said it became a thing in Washington if you did something boneheaded. You said I pulled a Larry. Because Larry Summers was that much of a doofus. He said that on the Nicole Sandler talk show. Okay, my bad. You brought me back.
Something that would be a Louis.
Gomert?
Yeah.
He wasn't a big enough name. His name was only big because of the casting aspersions on my asparagus line at the was cuz the first black was it not Attorney General? DOJ. The guy under Obama, Duke with the mustache.
Ellison or someone else?
Nah,
the one who oversaw Ferguson?
Yeah, remember the black dude's name?
I don't remember, but he was in the DOJ.
Yeah, DOJ, yeah. But he said casting aspersions about my asparagus to get him, and that blew his name up for that moment. But it was only nerds like us that kept following his career. Like the one where he was asked about gun safety in 2013, and then he went on, like, no joke, about a 6-minute rant about just how homophobic he was. And then his brain kicked back in, and he was like, oh yeah, gun rights, and that's why we can't do anything against the Second Amendment. But all he did was talk about gay sex. They're doing it in the butt. What do lesbians do? I bet it's wacky. Probably involves lawnmowers. I don't know. Like, he was just going for like 6 minutes. And then was like, and that's why we can't do anything against the Second Amendment.
Okay.
And Blog Talk Radio deleted my episode with the audio, and I guarantee you I can't find that shit again.
All right, so Akash Patel says, there was a written note that we believe did exist, and we have evidence to show what was in the note, but the note was destroyed, but we have found forensic evidence of its existence.
That's a wild boy. That's what, out there in the UK, when the little baby Brianna Jai was murdered by old punk ass and punk ass 2, they found the manifestos by going in their bedrooms and reaching in the garbage cans.
Ugh.
Did you reach in the garbage can? Did you? Like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of anime drawings of a Voshian variety.
Ew.
But there will also maybe be a manifesto. Right? Yeah. That's that bread tube, Vosh.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Hey, do you know Trump is suing the New York Times?
For fucking what? They're your guys.
Endorsing Harris in the election. Mostly for that. Also for being the mouthpiece of the Democratic Party.
In other iterations of fascism, I wonder how much gallows humor there is. And all it is quite literally at what the fascists are doing. Like, so much of it is fucking little boy grievances.
And guess how much he's suing for?
9 billion.
No.
Million.
No.
150 million.
No, we're in the billions.
Oh.
It was just more billions than you said.
850 billion.
15.
15 billion. That's a fair billion.
Also worth noting that he's suing for 15 billion, but allegedly all the holdings of the New York Times are at 9 billion.
Oh, damn. I like how my first thing I said was 9 billion.
Yeah.
And he's suing them for that.
Yeah, it is little boy shit.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah. In a Truth Social post, Trump pointed to the Times endorsement of former President Kamala Harris in the 2024 election. And he said that the newspaper had engaged in a decades-long method of lying about your favorite president, me, my family, my business, the America First movement, MAGA, and our nation as a whole.
Decades long?
Yes.
Because, like, that's, like, more than one decade. So,
Yes.
like, in the 80s, the New York Times was just like, oh, this Donald Trump guy, I need to misinform the public about him. Oh, yeah, they're going to believe this lie. Like, show them. Where's the evidence?
Yeah.
Stupid ass boy. Like, at this point, like, everyone's just kind of playing with him until he dies. Like, he's just this old, probably smells very interesting toddler.
It probably smells like McDonald's.
He may actually like you. Do you think that he probably has a cheeseburger in his pocket right now?
Maybe. I could see it.
Like, yeah, like he probably keeps a pocket burger on the golf course. Right? Like all the other guys, they're like, oh, yes, I'll have a glass of wine. I'll have a scotch. You know, I'll have my cigar. And he's like, I got an apple pie.
It's so embarrassing.
Holy shit,
So
you know it.
embarrassing.
That milkshake spilled in my trousers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's your guy, Trumpelstiltskin, baby. I don't know why Phoenix Calida chose that one. Okay. You want to get to your real adult work?
Sure.
Let me stop this.